we are going to deal about strings and mutable, immutable, ordered and unordered data types. Coming to strings, string is represents the sequence of characters, that is from A to Z, and special characters and underscore, and it represents the text data, or we can say that the data stored in quotations is a string. The data may be of any special characters, right? So for example, if we take one thing, string uses single quotation, double quotation and triple quotation to represent the text. It may be single, double or triple. I will explain when to use double, when to use triple and when to use single. Here for example, for this simple sentence, this is simple sentence, simple welcome to Hyderabad. Here we are using single quotations to represent a string. For example, if we print, then we get then welcome to Hyderabad, right? And for example, sentences like already we have a single string inside a single string sentence. For example, it is a single string sentence. Inside that already we have a single string used. So in for this type of strings, if we use single string, then we get error. For that, in order see we are getting error. In order to avoid that, we use double string. So for these type of sentences we use double string. Remember, if already a single string is used inside the sentence, then we use double string in order to avoid the error. Okay. So in these cases we use, see, get up, it's 10 o'clock. So next, already we have studied that triple quotes are used to comment purpose, comment a long description of code. So here we are using triple quotation to represent large paragraph of sentences. Okay. So if we give triple quotation large sentences to a variable, then it becomes string. So understand the difference between a comment and a string, right? So if we print a string 2, this is string 3, right? Not 2. So if we print string 3, then we get print in string 3, then we get, see, we have got the whole sentence, whole paragraph. Okay. So this is about string. Then coming to mutable and immutable data types. Coming to, first of all, what is mutable data type? Mutable data type is nothing but the data type that can be modified. So if the data type once created, if it can be modified further, then we can say that they are mutable data types. These mutable data types, even after modification, they allocate to the same memory or object. This we can identify using the below example, same memory location or object. Okay. So if we are taking this list, and if we want to know which type of class the list one belongs to, then we use typecasting using type class. So if we want to know to which memory it is allocated, then we use id to the list. Then we will get the exact memory location to which it is allocated, right? Then so let us see, this is the list before modification. This is the memory before modification. So here observe, and the class is list, right? This is after modification, like see, this is modification. After modification, so list one dot append is nothing but adding an element, extra element or any element, single element to a list. Then we use append. Append is used to add the element, and same here we are using the type of class the list variable is, and the memory location it is allocated after modification. Here we have modified. This is memory checking memory allocation type after modification. Okay, let us see it is list class list, and the memory location also it is giving the same memory location. Okay, so with this example we can say that the mutable data types are data types that can be modified after creation, and after modification also they allocate to same memory, right? Example, so what are the data types that come under mutable data types? One is list, next one is dictionary, and next one is sets. Okay, this is about modified or mutable data types. Coming to immutable data types, but immutable data type is exactly opposite to mutable data types. Once created they cannot be modified, and if at all they are modified by typecasting, uh, they give new object or new memory location. They won't give the same memory allocation to the created object. Okay, this is about immutable data type. So what comes under immutable data types? Tuples comes under immutable data type. So no modification. So example tuples. So tuples, numbers, and strings comes under immutable data types. Okay, and we have studied about mutable, immutable data types, and coming to ordered and unordered. So what is meant by ordered data types? Ordered data types is nothing but if I will explain using an example. Say if we take list example, so list 2 I am taking. So let us change the numbers 5 2 6 4 5 or 7. Okay, so let us print the list 2. Okay, so see, check the order. See, we are having now 5 2 6 4 7. So let us see the order whether it changes or it remains same after printing. See, it is not changing. We are getting same order 5 2 6 4 7, even after printing also same. That means we can say that these are ordered data types. So ordered data types. And coming to unordered data types. Now only I am explaining what ordered, unordered, mutable, immutable. Then after while studying list, tuple, and sets in detail, I will just mention ordered, unordered. You have to understand. So yes, so now sets 1 equals to 1 2 5 7 10, right? Then we print sets 1. Check the order of the numbers 1 3 6 9 10 before printing. Then check the order of number after printing. Is it same? Yes, it is same. Okay, now let's include another data type like, like so let's see, I have 1 apple, 6 pineapple, and 10. Let's see the order. See, 1 6 pineapple, 10 apple, the order has changed, right? So it is set actually the order is change. That means we can say that set is unordered data type. So let us study in detail one after the other. First of all, coming to list. So lists are mutable data types which are sequence. They maintain sequence and they are ordered, and yeah, they are ordered, and yeah, they store different data types. List stores different data types, that may be int, string, boolean value, or another list. We can say that if we store list in the list, we can say it is nested list. Okay, so we can store different data types, and yeah, they can be accessed using indexing. We will discuss in detail what is indexing in further classes. Now remember, just indexing is like giving like number id to the value elements of the list. For example, let us understand what is element of the list. For example, see, we have 5, 2, 6, 4, 7, right? So each one is one element. So each element is separated by comma. So in list is represented using square brackets, and each element in the list is separated by comma. Also, list allows duplicates, and also represented by square brackets, elements separated by comma. So let us take an example like shopping list. We take a shopping list, then for example, milk, it may be bread or turmeric. Okay, so these are all shopping items we have taken from a shopping complex mall, and so we are storing all the uh, store items in a list, shopping in a variable, that is shopping list. And if we want to know the type of shopping list, then it will give it will give, okay, then we will get print type of, so we will get the type is list, right? See, we got type is list. So when to use a list? We use list to store players codes, or to store vegetable items or store items, etc. So we can also use different data types in a list. For example, for instance, uh, so for example, 1 it is an int, and 2.5 2.3 it is a float, and yes, Manu, yeah, this is a string, and yeah, another list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are storing list inside the list, is nothing but nested list. And yes, we are printing the list 1, print list 1. So we get the output as, we have got the output which we have given as input, right? So next, coming to